The savanna. The laws of survival for animals are strength, intellect, and the spirit of solidarity. But once the boundary is crossed, the apex hunter can also become the hunted. Welcome to the savage kingdom, where territorial boundaries are the ultimate law of survival. In August, the Masai Mara dissolves beneath a rising haze of fine dust. This is the convergence point of the Serengeti ecosystem, where the boundary between Kenya and Tanzania becomes the arena for the world's deadliest battles for survival. The Mara River bisects one of the richest ecosystems still existing on Earth. The Masai Mara National Reserve and the surrounding plains support more than 95 mammal species and 570 species of bird. Everything drinks here. Everything fears what drinks beside it. And even the African lion loses ground here. Yet fear is only half of the story. The other half is territory. 3 sovereigns are contending for this land. Each possesses a unique realm, a boundary not delineated on a map, but preserved through the essence of survival and natural strength. The Nile crocodile governs the river. The lion governs the grasslands. And the hyena, the challenger of the space between those 2 powers. Who truly reigns over the savanna? Please leave a name in the comments and prepare to witness the most intense encounters in the latter part of the video. Before the savanna had a king, the river already had its master. In the mythology of ancient Egypt, Sobek was the crocodile god, lord of the Nile, guardian of the boundary between life and whatever lies beyond. This Nile crocodile is around 50 years old, nearly half a century on this riverbank. Before many of the lions in the surrounding prides were even born. This giant predates nearly every large carnivore on this plain. The ancestors of the Nile crocodile appeared on Earth nearly 100 million years ago. When the dinosaurs still ruled, the crocodile was already here. When the dinosaurs vanished, the crocodile remained. Eyes and nostrils raised above the waterline, allowing it to scan the bank. It can hold its breath underwater for 2 hours and survive without food for many months during the dry season. Metabolism reduced to a minimum, fat reserves the only fuel. The bite force of the Nile crocodile reaches 22,000 newtons, the most powerful bite of any living animal on Earth. More than any hapless wanderer, the Nile crocodile has reason to be eager as it awaits the great annual feast running from July through October. The Mara River is now a crowded corridor for the Great Migration. More than 1.5 million wildebeest, 300,000 zebra, and hundreds of thousands of Thompson's gazelle. Mortality within the migrating herds can reach 15%. The crocodile's hunting strategy is simple but devastating. Target the weakest prey within the chaos. Though largely a solitary hunter, the Nile crocodile at Masai Mara also displays remarkable cooperation. When one initiates a takedown, others move in rapidly. In a single feeding, a crocodile can consume up to 20 kilograms of meat, storing enough energy to endure the lean months ahead. 70 meters of sand, 300 meters of water. This is the realm of Sobek. Whosoever enters here without an invitation must provide a heavy sacrifice. But on the drying plain of August, not every king can choose his territory. The lion pride must cross the Mara. The hunting grounds on this side are exhausted. The cubs are starving. The only path to survival runs through Nile crocodile's territory. As an extreme opportunistic predator, the crocodile will not decline. These small, energy-rich and inexperienced meals, which would otherwise become potential rivals in the future. Yet on land, the Nile crocodile completely loses its advantage. This is the domain of the lion. The relationship between the Nile crocodile and the lion is the most ancient territorial dispute on the Dark Continent. The lion requires water to sustain life, but the water is the territory of the crocodile. The crocodile requires the bank to bask in the sun, but the bank is the land of the lion. Two kings, two kingdoms, but only one riverbank. And there are many bold spirits, always watching this boundary. The spotted hyena do not conquer territory, they conquer opportunity. In the harsh, dry season, every dawn arrives carrying light and the illusion of safety. This is the morning ritual. When water temperature drops below 30 degrees Celsius, they come ashore. From 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, the crocodile basks to regulate its body temperature. At this moment, one hemisphere of the crocodile's brain is asleep. The other remains fully alert. This is unihemispheric sleep, a rare evolutionary trait that ensures the crocodile is never fully caught off guard. The Nile crocodile does not patrol its territory the way the African lion does. It simply exists here. Its presence is the fear that covers this entire stretch of river. Smaller crocodiles keep their distance when it comes ashore. Even hippopotamuses avoid the section of river it controls through the night. 50 meters from the water's edge lies a nest of sand. The female dug this nest 3 weeks ago and buried 38 eggs in the warm sand. She will not leave until they hatch. In the darkness of the night, their scent drifts eastward on the wind, and the spotted hyena clan knows she is there. 200 meters from the riverbank. The clan is coming 40 strong, and they are hungry. In the darkness, the crocodile's pupils dilate wide. A tapetum lucidum behind the retina amplifies every remaining trace of light. It sees everything from beneath the surface, while remaining completely invisible. This is not the first time this hyena clan has come here. They know this river. They know where the nest is. The hyena's feint works against the crocodile. She cannot hold her ground against two groups at once. A crocodile on land after dark is a rare sight. But every instinct of the species is set aside when a mother must defend her young. In this moment of life and death, the slowest and weakest are left behind. The price is facing the fury of Africa's apex predator. This time, the hyena clan ventures into the domain of the crocodile, and several individuals withdraw with their life essence intact. This is the third secret of existence on the Savanna. It is not the strength of fang or claw, but rather intellect and the collective spirit. In a world of shadows and deception, the spotted hyena has been imprisoned by misconception for centuries. A cowardly scavenger. A thief lurking in the darkness? No. When the lens of science turns towards this land of death, their true nature emerges, overturning every long-held notion of power in the wild. The spotted hyena does not wait for death. It creates death itself. The scientific record confirms these are among the most effective hunters on the plain, directly making the kill for up to 95% of their food. As a cursorial predator, a pursuit hunter, they are powered by an exceptional heart, accounting for nearly 1% of body weight, twice the ratio of the African lion. This superior respiratory system allows them to sustain a high-speed pursuit for kilometers across the savanna. With a hunt success rate of an extraordinary 92%, they are the true predators of the plains. The power of the spotted hyena does not arise from impulse. It operates under a matriarchal social structure of extraordinary rigidity. An empire shaped by unique biological adaptations, abnormally elevated androgen levels, present from the earliest stages of embryonic development. The aggression of the females is forged within the intrauterine environment itself. It produces warriors, carrying testosterone levels that far exceed those of males. The hyena clan is led by an experienced matriarch. The social hierarchy is clearly defined and immovable. In this kingdom, power is an inherited legacy. The offspring of the leader automatically inherit their mother's elevated rank, provided they are female. Males, by contrast, hold very little standing within the clan. The dominance of the matriarchs extends far beyond internal management. It is the engine driving the entire system that enforces sovereignty across the savanna. Tails erect, a biological signal asserting dominance and heightened arousal. Upon detecting an unfamiliar olfactory signature in the air, a rival clan has entered the territory. In every territorial confrontation on the savanna, the females are always the vanguard. A male black-backed jackal has entered the sightline of the matriarch's daughter. This is not a hunt. The spotted hyena is executing a behavior known as interspecific exploitation. Jackals are among the most skilled fawn locators on the plain. By quietly shadowing one, waiting for the moment to seize the fruits of its rival's cunning. Meanwhile, the mate of the male jackal faces a true nightmare, as the hyena matriarch has already located their den. In the natural world, compassion is a luxury in the equation of survival. Intra-guild predation is an ecological strategy aimed at securing future resources for the clan. The mother jackal attempts to draw the predator away, yet the den entrance is too narrow for the predator's massive frame. The hyena clan returns to its original plan. That is kleptoparasitism. With the advantage of size and mass, the contest ends quickly. The male jackal is left to accept the scraps from its own effort, but at least its pups remain safe. the chance survival of the jackal pups, or the scraps taken from a defeated rival, cannot ease the mounting physiological pressure bearing down on the entire clan. They need far more to fill their hunger. And when the first sounds of wildebeest and zebra echo back from the horizon, it signals the return of a massive protein source to the savanna. Yet in a society driven by extreme hunger, patience becomes a luxury. Several younger members, without the guidance of the matriarch, or her experienced eldest daughter, decide to launch an impromptu hunt, unplanned, impulsive, lacking tactical coordination and the necessary composure. Their assault descends into disorder. The wildebeest easily read the clumsy attack vectors and escape, leaving the inexperienced hunters with nothing but wasted energy. Several hours later, the hour of the true masters has arrived. With superior night vision, they quickly locate a solitary wildebeest. This is an ideal target, an animal exhausted after the long migration. Its legs already heavy from the accumulation of lactic acid. In a desperate bid for safety, the wildebeest believes the water will form a barrier against its pursuers. But in truth, it is sealing itself inside a biological trap. The resistance of the water eliminates the prey animal's ability to accelerate, while the matriarch and her daughter establish a landscape of fear along the bank. The contest ends in the quiet but decisive authority of instinct. The calls carry for kilometers, serving as a summoning signal for the entire clan. Once again, the matriarch confirms her role as the irreplaceable cornerstone of the clan. Her experience is the only boundary between survival and extinction. A legacy of power that will continue to be passed down to the eldest daughter before she formally inherits this matriarchal kingdom. Meanwhile, on the far side of the horizon, an older power is about to be restored. Kruger National Park in Rwanda is known as the land of 1,000 hills. After the historical tragedy of 1994, Kruger became a land emptied of its apex predators. The absence of apex predators had driven an uncontrolled explosion in herbivore populations. The consequence of this imbalance was catastrophic overload on the vegetation. Threatening to turn the entire savanna and its fertile grasslands into desert through the process of desertification. To restore the balance, 17 African lions transported from South Africa completed a journey of more than 2,500 kilometers to reach this place. For the first time in decades, the roar of new kings resonated across Akagera. As these new kings stirred, they began to explore a territory waiting to be claimed. Their arrival reactivated the landscape of fear, and fear would once again become the supreme law of survival. That keeps the heart of this land beating in rhythm with the laws of evolution. The target has been identified: 2 young warthogs. The lionesses begin to execute their signature ambush tactics. Yet, on the savanna, even as the lionesses employ masterful concealment, they cannot mask the chemical signature radiating from their bodies. Warthogs possess an exceptionally acute olfactory system. A single shift in the wind, carrying scent molecules from a predator, is enough to trigger survival instinct immediately. Fear is the supreme biological command. It overrides every other function to serve a single imperative: flee. In this game of life and death, the speed of fear is the only barrier between survival and the claws. The lionesses of Akagera are not discouraged. For them, this is merely the beginning of a new energy calculation, bolder and with higher stakes. Night falls, transforming the savanna into a perfect arena for those who possess superior night vision. The skull structure carries a prominent sagittal crest along the crown of the head. A firm anchor point for massive jaw muscles, allowing the African lion to maintain a bite of exceptional and sustained force. Bringing the hunt to its conclusion with the greatest speed and efficiency. Deep within the roots of the canine teeth lies a system of superior pressure-sensing nerve fibers that allows the lioness to feel every heartbeat of the prey and the changing pressure of its breathing second by second. Until resistance ceases entirely. Fear has fulfilled its purpose. What remains is an inevitable transfer of energy in the darkness of Akagera. In the universe of survival, death is never the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter in the great transfer of energy. First to arrive are the legions of white-backed vultures of the genus Gyps. As obligate scavengers, they possess a digestive system with gastric acid of exceptionally low pH. But the arrival of the spotted hyenas immediately upends the dynamic. Researchers at Kruger National Park have documented that the reintroduction of African lions directly intensified the aggression encoded in spotted hyena behavior. Displaced from prime territory by the expansion of the new lion prides, these scavengers now carry the psychology of aggressive refugees. Bolder, more ruthless, compensating for the loss of living space. Once fully fed and departing, the spotted hyenas leave the remains to those lower in the social hierarchy. A marabou stork, still called the Undertaker of the Savanna. Despite its wide wingspan and powerful bill, it is completely overwhelmed by the number and ferocity of the vulture mass. The survival landscape at Kruger is growing steadily more complex and suffocating. Fear has been clearly defined. But the direct collision between the two oldest enemies, the African lion and the spotted hyena, is the true final test for the stability of this ecosystem. The matriarchal empire has no fixed boundary. It expands wherever the clan can set foot, and now, on the very land where the lion just faced Nile crocodile. The spotted hyena challenges the king of the savanna. Whenever a lioness completes a takedown, the superior olfactory system of the spotted hyena clan immediately locks onto the blood molecules diffusing through the air. With an overwhelming numerical advantage, the spotted hyena clan uses maximum psychological pressure to drive back the lioness, seizing the kill right in front of its rival. Why would a creature physically weaker and individually less powerful dare to challenge the lord of the savanna? The answer lies deep within their extraordinary endocrine system. When confronting the African lion, the spotted hyena's brain triggers an explosive chemical response, releasing massive quantities of adrenaline and noradrenaline into the bloodstream. The eerie cackles that shred the night are a physiological response to extreme neurological arousal. This chemical overload completely neutralizes the sensation of fear, bonding the hyena clan together, operating as a furious superorganism that does not retreat. The jaws carrying the most powerful bite of any terrestrial mammal, force even the most formidable African lions to pause and calculate before committing to a merciless close-range fight. Yet in this equation of survival in the wild, there always exists a supreme variable, capable of reversing every effort of the hyena clan, the male African lion. Weighing up to 190 to 225 kilograms, a fully grown male outweighs the largest female spotted hyena by a factor of 3. The ancient survival instinct has been triggered. call of the spotted hyena is a summons encoded with exceptional locating precision. The fatal struggle lasts 15 minutes. Facing severe energy depletion and the risk of injury from the enemy's mobbing tactics, the lion pride is forced to yield ground, and the spotted hyena lives to see another day. Meanwhile, in the Mara, the crocodile continues to reign over the river, poised to encounter any unsuspecting presence. For many creatures, danger waits in the most unexpected places, transforming a peaceful waterhole into a lethal arena. As it approaches the Mara River to drink, the warthog must lower its head but never take its eyes off the water. That is the moment of maximum vulnerability, and it is precisely then that it becomes the primary target for the crocodile's ambush. This colossal predator is a legend in the wild. It can reach 6 meters in length and weigh over 900 kilograms. According to the 2024 IUCN report, the largest Nile crocodiles can reach 7 meters in length, making them the second largest reptile species in the world, surpassed only by the saltwater crocodile. For the Nile crocodile, every hunt is a masterclass in patience and unrivaled power. To minimize risk, the warthog is always cautious when approaching the banks of the Mara River. When danger is detected, the warthog can bolt at speeds of up to 48 kilometers per hour. They not only run fast but change direction without warning, skewing away from the lunge at the most decisive moment. The Nile crocodile reigns over the water as an apex predator, dominating its territory with almost no rivals. But can it truly challenge a Cape buffalo, a massive herbivore that can weigh close to 1 ton? One of the big 5 of the Savanna. The young and the weak are sheltered at the center, surrounded by healthy adult females. At the front are the largest males, often described as living fortresses. With a success rate of only around 15%, hunting Cape buffalo is an extraordinarily difficult challenge, even for the master of the waterways. The Nile crocodile typically targets calves or old and weakened individuals that stray from the herd. However, Cape buffalo are fierce warriors. When ambushed, they turn and face the predator head-on. And the most difficult power of the Cape buffalo to overcome is the herd. If one member of the herd is in danger, the entire group will turn and counterattack to rescue it. Another formidable target for the Nile crocodile is the Maasai giraffe, the largest giraffe species and the most iconic in the Maasai Mara. It is also the tallest animal on Earth, with an average height of around 6 meters. When a giraffe bends down to drink from the Mara River, it must splay its front legs wide and lower its head close to the ground, a posture of extreme vulnerability. As a result, the Maasai giraffe remains vigilant, lowering its head to drink only in brief intervals, typically 15 to 30 seconds, to minimize risk. For the Nile crocodile, even in this precarious posture, the giraffe is not an easy target. The Mara River, the lifeblood of the Maasai Mara, is also home to one of Africa's most iconic giants, the African bush elephant. As the largest land animal on Earth, these elephants stand up to 4 meters tall and can weigh up to 6 metric tons. According to a 2023 study published in the Journal of Wildlife Ecology, elephants can learn and memorize migration routes and recognize individual members of the herd. These giants occupy the shallows, where even the Nile crocodile shows caution. In cases where the crocodile targets a calf or an old and weakened elephant, the success rate remains exceptionally low, under 10%. That is when the protective ring formed by adult elephants becomes an impenetrable barrier. At the slightest sign of threat, they stamp their massive feet, swing their trunks like formidable weapons, and release calls like rolling thunder. The powerful footsteps of elephants do not merely shake the ground around the Mara River, they reshape the landscape itself. As these massive creatures tear through vegetation and dig deep into the earth in search of hidden water sources, they inadvertently create waterholes and small channels. According to a 2024 study by the African Center for Ecology Research, the water pools created by elephants are themselves the ideal breeding environment for the Nile crocodile. 3 kingdoms, 3 rulers, 1 Savanna. None can erase the other's boundary, but none can stop trying. This is the supreme law of the Savanna. Territory never belongs to any one ruler forever. It belongs to whoever is strong enough to hold it. Under the blistering heat of the savanna, even breathing becomes a challenge. In a place where life is never easy, every passing day is an unrelenting biological battle. The lion holds its breath beneath a dry canopy, eyes blazing as the sunset touches the earth. The moment of the hunter has just begun. Scattered roars echo across the land, like declarations of challenge from rivals entering the fray from the far side of the grassland. The black rhino, the remaining survivors, move in silence, eyes filled with suspicion, as if they know their time is now counted in moments. Approaching the riverbank, herds of elephant move with measured steps, always keeping a tight formation like a living fortress. untouchable amidst lurking threats. When night falls, the quiet crown of the garden root forest is passed, almost ceremoniously, to the leopard. A proud master of stealth, the leopard maintains quiet dominion over part of this wild realm. With honey-gold fur patterned in distinctive rosettes, it melts seamlessly into the ancient canopy and the damp, leaf-littered forest floor. In this dense, shadowed environment, its camouflage is not just beautiful, it is essential for survival. Leopards typically hunt at night or during the low-light hours of dawn and dusk. After making a kill, they often drag the carcass high into the trees, 4 to 5 meters off the ground. This strategy secures their meal from scavengers and extends its use over several days. Few realize the leopard also possesses impressive swimming skills. Though not as instinctive a swimmer as the tiger, this ability proves valuable in the coastal ecosystem of the garden route, where streams and seasonal wetlands are unavoidable obstacles. Beneath its calm, solitary existence lies a landscape of fierce conflict. One of the gravest threats to young leopards is infanticide, committed by other adult males. When a new male takes over a territory, he often seeks out and eliminates cubs that are not his own, forcing the females into estrus to sire his lineage. A 2024 study from Sabi Sand Game Reserve found this behavior responsible for 49% of all cub mortality, one of the highest rates ever recorded among mammalian predators. This has been linked directly to territory disruption and social breakdown caused by human interference and hunting. Furthermore, leopard reproductive success hinges on naturally dispersed territories. Mature males usually leave their birth areas to avoid inbreeding, while females often remain near their mother's range, similar to the social patterns seen in lions. But with increasing human-induced mortality, this balance is breaking down, raising the risk of inbreeding. Such genetic compression can lead to reduced vitality, lower reproductive success, and long-term population vulnerability. Leopards breed year-round, with gestation lasting between 90 and 105 days. Each litter usually contains 2 to 4 cubs, each weighing 1 to 1.5 kilograms at birth. The mother raises them in the forest's shadows, teaching them to climb, hide, and hunt, skills critical for survival until they can set off on their own at 18 to 24 months of age. In a world full of competition and lurking threats, survival knowledge passed from mother to cub is their most powerful inheritance. Despite their solitary lifestyle, leopards maintain large home ranges, 20 to 40 square kilometers for females, significantly more for males. They mark their territories through scent and low-pitched calls that travel far through the forest undergrowth. Each individual plays a vital role in the ecosystem, regulating prey numbers, maintaining balance in the food chain, and supporting biodiversity across the forest landscape. If the zebra is the master of camouflage on the grasslands, then the Cape buffalo is the living shield, an unstoppable force of strength and resilience. As one of the Big Five, the Cape buffalo is known for its power and fierce disposition, moving in large herds to defend against lions, the apex predators of the highlands. Massive in build, with thick hide and a signature pair of fused, curling horns, Cape buffalo create an imposing presence. They live in herds ranging from 10 to several hundred individuals, forming a natural wall of defense against lion ambushes. When danger arises, the herd moves as one, bulls on the perimeter, locking horns outward to shield the vulnerable young at the center. This behavior has been well documented during predator confrontations in reserves like Kruger and Mala Mala, where buffalo herds have successfully repelled lion ambushes. During the dry season, these herds travel in larger groups, maximizing their defensive power while increasing their chances of accessing deep river channels or hidden groundwater pools. At such sites, buffalo frequently wallow and coat themselves in mud, a vital cooling strategy that also forms a natural barrier against insects and parasites. This behavior plays a critical role in helping them withstand the long, dry months of the plateau. Cape buffalo primarily graze on grasses, but when grass is scarce, they adapt by feeding on young tree shoots and shrubs. An adult can consume between 6 to 17 kilograms of dry grass per day, maintaining the energy needed for constant movement and defense. Their multi-chambered digestive system and adapted grinding teeth allow them to process tough, fibrous vegetation efficiently in the grassland environment. Within the herd structure, females and calves form the core, while mature males patrol the outskirts, ready to charge if the group is threatened. Independent bachelor groups can be particularly aggressive, though they rarely participate in the main herd's defense line. Buffalo communicate through vocalizations like grunts and low rumbles. When a calf cries out, the herd responds instantly, joining forces to protect it, an action noted for both its speed and effectiveness. Finally, Cape buffalo engage in seasonal, internal migrations across the high veld. They move toward regions with accessible water and fresh plant life. Thanks to their powerful defense strategies and high adaptability, Cape buffalo continue to serve as a keystone of the savanna ecosystem, maintaining the balance between vegetation and the food chain and setting the rhythm for both herbivores and predators across the landscape. Though not as nimble or swift as some of the smaller creatures in the region, the stronghold of the black rhinoceros remains resilient and continues to thrive in this harsh environment. As one of the big five species, the black rhinoceros is well adapted to semi-arid habitats, feeding primarily on shrubs rather than grass. Despite its poor eyesight, the rhino has an exceptional sense of smell, making it highly alert and difficult to approach. By the end of 2023, the population of black rhinos in South Africa stood at approximately 2,065 individuals, accounting for nearly 1/3 of the species' total population across Africa. Though large and robust in appearance, the black rhino is surprisingly sensitive and easily unsettled by sudden climate changes or close human presence. They often react defensively, even when a threat is not immediately obvious. Each individual maintains its own territory and lives mostly in solitude, interacting with others only during mating seasons. Interestingly, rather than relying on their own kind, black rhinos share a symbiotic relationship with the red-billed oxpecker. These birds perch on the rhino's back or neck, picking off ticks and skin parasites. More importantly, oxpeckers act as living alarm systems. When they detect unusual movement, they emit loud warning calls, helping rhinos stay alert despite their poor vision. Research published in Current Biology indicates that oxpeckers help rhinos detect threats from more than twice the distance they could on their own. Though the birds may sometimes peck at wounds to drink blood, the overall benefits of early warnings and skin cleaning far outweigh this behavior in the wild. Black rhinos are browsers, feeding on leaves, twigs, and shoots from various shrubs. A 2024 study at Velgevonden Nature Reserve found that their diet includes over 80 plant species, from the Euphorbiaceae family to Acacia species. When food is scarce, they can digest plants with mild toxins thanks to specialized gut microbes. Notably, they can go over 5 days without drinking water, drawing moisture from the vegetation they consume, a vital adaptation in semi-desert climates. Their body is built for solitary living. A short, strong neck helps them pull down branches close to the ground. Their hook-shaped upper lip allows them to select tender shoots among dense bushes. To conserve energy, they move slowly and tend to be active at dawn and dusk when temperatures are cooler. Their hearing is also highly developed, enabling them to detect distant sounds and determine direction. However, due to their heightened alertness, approaching them in the wild is usually limited to distant observation. They react strongly to unfamiliar noises and often turn away or dash off to avoid close encounters. Black rhinos reproduce slowly, with a gestation period lasting up to 15 months and typically producing only one calf at a time. The young stay close to their mother for 2 to 3 years. This long reproductive cycle, combined with their solitary nature, means that even under ideal conditions, the population recovers only gradually. A 2025 study from the Zululand Wildlife Corridor highlighted that without genetic support from other populations, their annual growth rate averages just 4.2%. This species has endured a turbulent survival history. From over 70,000 individuals in the late 1960s, their population dropped to around 2,410 by 2004 across Africa, a dramatic 90% decline over 3 generations. Their slow recovery has been the result of rigorous conservation efforts, including anti-poaching measures and habitat protection. Despite these efforts, the black rhinoceros remains listed as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to the steep population decline in the last century. In South Africa, reserves like Kruger, Imfolozi, and privately managed lands are enforcing strict protection strategies. These include round-the-clock armed patrols, individual GPS monitoring, and controlled dehorning to reduce the species' commercial value to poachers. Thanks to these efforts, poaching rates in key areas have seen a notable decline from 2022 to 2024. Along the riverbanks, a towering figure of wisdom, memory, and deep emotion makes its presence known: the African bush elephant. This is the largest land animal on Earth. While not agile or fast, its ability to survive for millennia in harsh conditions is anything but ordinary. Each herd is led by the oldest and most experienced female, the matriarch. She guides the group and carries the mental map of water sources and life-saving mud springs. A 2024 study in the Greater Kruger Reserve found that matriarchs can accurately recall waterhole locations within a radius of over 50 kilometers. Even during prolonged droughts, they lead the herd back on cycles of 12 to 15 months, following memory pathways etched over years. Despite their immense size, elephants often show a playful spirit. During the dry season, they treat the Olifants River like a giant spa, drawing water with their trunks, spraying it over their backs, and rolling through muddy pools. This not only cools the skin, but also protects against parasites and helps retain moisture in their hair. An adult elephant can drink up to 200 liters of water in a single hot day. What's more surprising is their spatial memory and emotional depth. A 2025 project published in Journal of Animal Behavior documented that at least 65% of herds engage in rituals to remember lost members. They return to the spot, gently touching bones or soil with their trunks, moving slowly and with solemn grace. This behavior reveals a deep emotional intelligence and powerful social connection within the species. As mega-herbivores, elephants have a diverse diet, consuming bushes, leaves, bark, and fruit. An adult consumes an average of 150 kilograms of vegetation daily, including acacia leaves, terminalia branches, and nectar-laden fig fruits. This constant foraging helps regenerate understory vegetation and maintains ecological balance. During the dry season, as streams shrink, elephants dig into the riverbed using their tusks and powerful trunks, each containing over 40,000 muscle bundles, to create temporary wells. These trunks serve as sophisticated survival tools, drawing water, pulling grasses, plucking leaves, and as a flexible defense mechanism in the face of danger. The elephant wells they create also become vital water sources for many other species in the area. Elephant communication is equally remarkable. They emit infrasonic calls ranging from 14 to 30 hertz that travel across several kilometers, keeping the herd connected even in thick vegetation or low visibility. A 2024 project in the Limpopo Olifants zone recorded these infrasound signals, expressing everything from calm to caution and warning. Despite reaching up to 3.3 meters in height and weighing around 6,000 kilograms, elephants can move swiftly. When necessary, they can run at speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour, especially when retreating from danger. In tense moments, the herd raises their trunks, fans out their ears, and begins a steady pace, shielding calves before increasing speed if needed. Ultimately, elephants leave a profound mark on riparian ecosystems. By knocking down shrubs and opening up canopy gaps, they allow light to nourish grass and saplings. Their nutrient-rich dung enhances soil quality, boosts food chains, and creates habitats for insects, microbes, and young plants, cementing their role as ecological architects. If the African wild dog represents refined, team-based hunting strategy, then the lion is the embodiment of unmatched power across the grasslands of Kruger. As a symbol of African wilderness, lions live in social groups called prides and dominate the top of the food chain. They are most often seen near herds of antelope, where prey is abundant. Hunting is typically carried out by the lionesses, who work together from dawn to dusk with the precision of seasoned athletes. They are smaller, quicker, and more agile in coordinated chases. Male lions, although larger and stronger, spend most of their time guarding territory and protecting the pride's cubs. When prey is taken down, the males eat first, regardless of which member made the catch, reflecting the pride's hierarchical structure. A 2025 survey by Panthera and South African National Parks recorded that each pride in Kruger typically consists of 5 to 15 individuals, including males, lionesses, and cubs. The size of a male coalition directly impacts its reign over territory. Coalitions of 1 to 2 males may control a pride for only 2 to 4 years, while those with 3 to 4 can maintain dominance for over 5 years. Strong bonds between coalition members are key to survival and reproductive success. Once male cubs reach about 2 to 3 years old, they are pushed out to form new coalitions, a challenging beginning. If they manage to integrate into a new pride or claim territory, they often eliminate old offspring to prompt the lionesses to breed again. Do you see this behavior as a cold-blooded act or a natural survival strategy? Feel free to share your thoughts with the community. Collar tracking data from 2024 shows that prides travel an average of 8 kilometers per day, usually hunting during early mornings and late afternoons. Their success rate is around 30 to 40%, lower than the African wild dog, but they target larger prey such as buffalo, giraffes, and big antelope species. Teamwork and raw strength allow them to take down these massive herbivores. The lion's roar is a territorial declaration. Its sound can travel up to 8 kilometers, warning nearby prides of boundaries. Reports from 2023 by the Endangered Wildlife Trust and Panthera emphasize that this vocal behavior helps minimize pride overlap and conflict. Lion reproduction follows a high-stakes cycle. Lionesses carry for about 110 days and typically give birth to 2 to 4 cubs. Only around 40% survive their first year due to predation and conflict between male coalitions. Cubs are closely protected by the entire pride in a shared effort. From studies between 2020 and 2025, Kruger is currently home to around 1,500 to 2,000 lions, spread across approximately 20 to 35 prides. Their daily routines vary widely. In the morning, they often rest in lightly wooded areas to digest meals. By late 2024, some surveyed prides were found to occupy territories up to 200 square kilometers, particularly along the Olifants and Letaba river corridors. They move between water points to hunt and cool off, shifting to higher ground in the afternoon for elevated hunting, minimizing the risk of detection by hyenas or rhinos. As ecosystems become increasingly fragmented, human-lion conflict along park edges is rising. However, high-tech boundary mapping and GPS monitoring of male coalitions help reduce incidents. At the same time, SandParks is using epidemiological tracking of diseases like bovine tuberculosis to implement biological safeguards and support the health of the population. One reason lions achieve only about a 40% hunting success rate is due to fierce competition from creatures known for their eerie, echoing laughter, the spotted hyena. These carnivores are armed with one of the most powerful jaws in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bones up to 7 centimeters thick. Their society is matriarchal. Females are larger and occupy the highest ranks within a clan, while males are typically subordinate and often leave the group upon reaching maturity. They live in large clans, sometimes numbering up to 130 individuals, governed by a complex and stable social hierarchy. Contrary to the common myth that hyenas are just scavengers, they are in fact highly skilled hunters, rivaling even lions in effectiveness. Research conducted in 2010 and updated in 2024 by Jennifer E. Smith and K. E. Holkamp revealed that 43 to 95% of their food comes from direct hunting, not scavenging. When hunting in groups, their success rate increases by 25 to 35% compared to hunting alone. In regions like the Kalahari, they've achieved success rates of 33 to 50% when targeting zebras and antelope. One of the more unsettling behaviors of the spotted hyena is cannibalism, consuming the remains of their own kind. This stark display of survival instinct shows that life continues by recycling any available energy source. Field observations from the Savanna reveal that carcasses of old or sick hyenas are sometimes stripped of meat by certain members within the den, before being dragged out for the rest of the clan. Across the Kruger grasslands, clans ranging from 10 to 40 individuals maintain their crucial role in the ecosystem. They begin hunting in the early morning when the air is still cool and continue into the late afternoon. The characteristic laughter of the hyena is actually a vocal signal used to mark presence, assert dominance, or issue warnings. Their power lies in their compact, muscular bodies and long-distance stamina. Spotted hyenas can run up to 60 kilometers per hour over several kilometers. Once prey is exhausted, they close in and deliver a fatal bite to a vulnerable spot. They also make smart use of the Kruger terrain. Abandoned dens serve as shelters, safe havens for cubs, and resting spots between hunts. Each clan marks its territory with feces and urine near pathways or lookout points to ward off intruders. The spotted hyena population in Kruger is relatively stable, estimated at around 1,200 to 1,500 individuals spread across 30 to 40 clans along river systems and grasslands. Despite sharing space with elite predators like lions, they persist through adaptive hunting strategies and a resilient social structure. Like the hyena, scavenging is a vital part of the Kruger ecosystem, and the white-backed vulture is the irreplaceable cleanup crew. This is the most common vulture species in South Africa, playing a critical role in preventing the spread of disease throughout the region. With wingspans stretching over 2 meters and extraordinary eyesight, they soar at altitudes of thousands of meters, capable of spotting a carcass from miles away. Their signature spiral flight high in the sky is a specialized technique for locating dead animals. A 2024 study using GPS tracking revealed that each individual can travel dozens of kilometers daily in search of food. They typically fly between 1,000 and 3,000 meters above ground, using sharp vision to detect carcasses scattered across the open plains. Though they travel alone, once one locates a food source, others quickly converge into small groups to dominate and clean up the remains. Their scavenging ability is not only key to their survival, but also serves the broader natural community. A 2024 report by BirdLife South Africa confirmed that vultures help prevent dozens of disease outbreaks from spreading to wildlife and even nearby human communities each year. Data show that about 100 vultures can strip a 45-kilogram antelope carcass clean in just 3 minutes. However, survival for the white-backed vulture is far from easy. According to data from the International Union for Conservation of Nature and BirdLife International, the species population has declined by an average of 4.1% per year, totaling a drop of between 63 to 89% over 3 generations. Organizations like VulPro and the Endangered Wildlife Trust are leading rescue, monitoring, and anti-poisoning education programs. One of the main threats comes from the poisoning of wildlife carcasses to conceal poaching activities, a practice that often results in mass vulture fatalities. The most devastating recent incident occurred in May 2025 at Kruger National Park, where 123 vultures perished, 102 of them white-backed vultures. They had fed on a poisoned elephant carcass, causing the toxin to spread rapidly through the group. Though 83 other vultures were rescued in time, the event underscores the severe vulnerability this species faces. To combat this, conservation teams use GPS trackers to detect unusual flight patterns and respond quickly at signs of poisoning. Through rescue efforts, vigilant monitoring, and community education, they are working to protect this vital species and the ecological balance it upholds. Beneath the surface of the river, a semi-aquatic giant moves with quiet power and stunning survival instincts: the hippopotamus. The hippopotamus is the second largest semi-aquatic animal in the world. They live in groups within lakes and rivers, spending most of their time submerged to stay cool and protect their skin. Despite their seemingly docile appearance, they are extremely aggressive when threatened. This is one of Africa's most formidable animals, responsible for an estimated 500 human injuries annually due to their intense defensive responses in the water. Hippos can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes and are capable of standing, walking, or even running along the riverbed. They are most active during early morning and late afternoon. At night, when temperatures drop, they leave the water to graze, consuming up to 50 kilograms of grass each night. The life of a hippo is a two-part rhythm. Water life regulates the body, and land life provides energy. A 2024 study highlighted that hippo dung plays a key ecological role, fertilizing aquatic plants and supporting the aquatic food web. They defecate directly in the water, using their tails to fan and disperse the waste, which stimulates microbial activity. Their large mouths and nostrils house tusks that can grow up to 50 centimeters long. When threatened, they can open their jaws up to 180 degrees, delivering bite forces of 8,000 to 9,000 newtons. A hippo's charge range includes short bursts of speed, up to 35 kilometers per hour on land, making them a force to be reckoned with, despite their size. Also hidden beneath the surface, the Nile crocodile, the region's largest reptilian predator, quietly stirs as the waters ripple with the movements of nearby hippos. These apex predators thrive in the slow-moving stretches of river around Kruger, where still waters create the perfect stage for ambush hunting. Lying motionless, with only eyes and nostrils above water, the Nile crocodile waits for prey to come just close enough. With a bite force reaching up to 22,000 newtons, one of the highest in the animal kingdom, these crocodiles can drag down a full-grown antelope in an instant. When the moment comes, they strike with explosive power, using their tail to knock prey off balance. It happens so fast that the surface may still ripple while the victim is already lost beneath the mud. One of their most astonishing traits is the ability to fast for extended periods. They can lower their metabolic rate and stay underwater for up to 2 hours, supported by high lactic acid concentrations in their bodies. This energy-saving adaptation turns them into living traps within the river. Reproduction plays a crucial role in maintaining their population. Each season, the female crocodile builds a sand nest along the riverbank, laying 30 to 60 eggs in a single clutch. They guard the nest for weeks, fiercely defending it from any intruder. Studies have shown that the Nile crocodile population in the Olifants River has previously faced ecological stress, including outbreaks of pansteatitis that caused widespread fatalities. However, surveys in 2024 revealed that downstream near Kruger, the population remains stable, with an estimated 15 to 30 individuals per square kilometer. Crocodilus niloticus is considered a keystone species in the aquatic ecosystems of the Olifants River. They help regulate fish and other aquatic animal populations, keeping the underwater food chain in balance. Their presence is a strong indicator of a healthy river system and indirectly supports overall biodiversity. Now, when it comes to a river showdown between the Nile crocodile and the hippopotamus, who do you think would come out on top? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If the black rhino represents quiet resilience in a harsh land, then the ostrich is its striking contrast. Bold and built for speed, like a long-distance runner always ready to dash. The ostrich is the largest bird in the world. Though flightless, it is incredibly fast on foot, reaching speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour when escaping threats. An ostrich can stand up to 2.5 meters tall and weigh around 100 kilograms. Its long legs and powerful thighs enable strides of up to 5 meters per step. They can run at a steady pace of around 60 kilometers per hour and maintain that speed for 30 to 40 minutes straight. Ostriches live in small flocks of 5 to 50 individuals, especially during breeding season or when food is scarce. This group behavior helps enhance visibility and vigilance against predators. When sensing danger, they may drop low with their heads to the ground to blend into the wild landscape. Their diet consists mainly of plant matter, leaves, grasses, herbs, and occasionally fruits and small insects. Thanks to a two-chambered stomach and the aid of grit and stones in their digestive tract, they can break down tough fibers efficiently, a valuable trait in dry environments. Their body temperature is regulated through special mechanisms. During extreme heat, they fluff their feathers to release heat and cool down through the bare skin on their neck and wings. Their broad chest and long neck also help conserve energy and support circulation. A 2024 study published in Bird Conservation Review estimated ostrich density in the region at about 2 to 4 individuals per square kilometer. This reflects a stable population even as habitats shift. Long-term observations also show that flocks move together to optimize food access and avoid predatory threats. During breeding season, males may lead a harem of 2 to 7 females and actively defend the nesting territory. Mated pairs share incubation duties in a communal nest to maximize the survival chances of their chicks. From the semi-arid regions of the West, the landscape of South Africa gradually transforms into a contrasting world in the East, where lush green savannas stretch wide and vibrant rivers flow with life. This area includes the Kruger grasslands, scattered woodlands, and the Limpopo Olifants river system, forming one of the country's most complex and dynamic ecological zones. The terrain here is mostly flat, dotted with gentle hills and a mix of tall grasses and shrub vegetation. A well-defined rainy season, combined with consistently high temperatures, helps replenish surface water and sustain the entire food chain. This is the ecological heartbeat of South Africa's wild nature, a place where life pulses with unmistakable energy. The Kruger grasslands form a core part of the eastern savanna, distinguished by tall grasses, scattered shrubs, and its signature reddish soil. This vast ecological region lies within Kruger National Park, the largest national park in South Africa, covering more than 19,000 square kilometers. The blend of flat terrain, underground water sources, and a pronounced rainy season has made this area an ideal habitat for numerous links in the natural food chain. Amid the vast grasslands of Kruger, where the Olifants River winds through tall grasses and scattered shrubs, Nyala emerge like quiet shadows, graceful and watchful. They don't mingle with the boisterous bustle of savanna life, but choose the edges, where riverside thickets offer just enough cover to stay hidden and just enough openness to observe from afar. The male Nyala is unmistakable. Its bluish-gray coat is etched with fine white stripes down the flanks, like hand-carved patterns. Atop its head, spiral horns twist tightly in elegant loops, catching early sunlight with a soft golden sheen. In contrast, the female wears a gentler reddish-brown tone with fewer markings, perfect for blending into tall grass when retreat is needed. Nyalas live in small groups, sometimes just a few individuals. They move quietly, often choosing the margins of thickets near water, areas with enough vegetation for feeding and enough open ground for a quick escape. Unlike many other antelope species, they do not graze on grass. Their diet includes leaves, fallen fruit, tender branches, and occasionally bark. This selective feeding plays a special role in managing low-level vegetation, especially during the dry season when other herbivores are limited by dwindling grass supplies. Though slender in build, nyalas are exceptionally alert. A slight movement in the distance can bring the whole group to a standstill. If they sense a threat, they produce a sharp, dog-like bark. Some scatter, while others remain. This unpredictable dispersal pattern makes it harder for large predators to close in. At Kruger National Park, the nyala population remains steady. A study published in Landscape Ecology in 2025 by the University of Pretoria and South African National Parks documented nearly 1,200 sightings through camera traps over 12 months, confirming their consistent presence along the riverine woodland corridors. Stretching northward from the Kruger grasslands is the Limpopo Olifants riverine zone, where a web of interconnected rivers forms a complex aquatic network. Rivers like the Limpopo and Olifants provide a steady water supply year-round, creating wetlands, seasonal pools, and nutrient-rich floodplains. Along these flowing waters lies an ecological corridor where life gathers in its highest density, especially during the dry season. The strip of land between the Limpopo and Olifants rivers is a haven for plant life and home to the warthog, a native wild pig known for its curved tusks and signature hunched running posture. Warthogs are primarily active during daylight hours, making the most of early morning light to forage while temperatures remain mild. They especially favor grasslands near riverbanks, where the ground is firm and short grasses are easy to graze. Their front legs are equipped with tough pads, allowing them to kneel while feeding without damaging the skin. A 2024 study conducted in the Limpopo Olifants riverine zone recorded a warthog density of about 3 to 5 individuals per square kilometer. By midday, when the sun is at its peak, they retreat to abandoned burrows to rest and escape the heat. Warthogs often use pre-dug burrows by aardvarks and sometimes take shelter in dens left behind by crested porcupines or formed through natural erosion. They usually enter these burrows backward, positioning their tusks at the entrance like a defensive gate. This relationship allows them to conserve energy by avoiding the labor of digging their own shelters while still enjoying safety and temperature regulation. Warthogs are omnivores, primarily grazing on grass and roots, but they'll also consume small insects, eggs, or leftover carcass material when needed. Their curved tusks are not only for defense, but also useful tools for digging and unearthing hidden energy sources beneath the soil. They live in small family groups called sounders, typically made up of females and their young, forming strong, close-knit communities. When danger strikes, a warthog will raise its tail like a flag to alert the group and charge headfirst into a burrow, reaching speeds of up to 48 kilometers per hour in their dash for safety. And the leopard, the silent wanderer, hides among shadows and branches, waiting for that single moment of carelessness to turn a calm gaze into a decisive strike. Some only hope to make it through the night, while others calculate every step to satisfy the hunger roaring through their veins. Life here is not flashy, but it is resilient and fierce. And as for our audience, tell us, when night falls and the lion begins its hunt, which creature do you think makes it tread carefully to hold on to its crown? Let us know the names that come to your mind in the comments below. South Africa is known as the Kingdom of Wild Nature, a land where nearly every iconic landscape of Africa converges in a single stretch of terrain. This country is home to nearly 20 national parks, spanning from lush coastal forests to the inland savanna, preserving the most distinctive ecological features of the continent. With an area covering over 1.2 million square kilometers, South Africa encompasses 8 major ecoregions as classified by the Worldwide Fund for Nature. This rare convergence makes the nation one of the world's most important hubs for ecosystem research and multi-region conservation efforts. Beneath the thin, dusty soil of South Africa lies one of the oldest surviving rock foundations on Earth, the Kapval Craton. Formed over 3.6 billion years ago, this ancient structure of gneiss and granite, buried deep beneath Johannesburg, carries the imprints of a time when life itself was still a distant notion. The geology here acts like a time machine, preserving ancient secrets beneath each layer of sediment. Later, during the age of Pangaea more than 500 million years ago, South Africa once held a central position on the massive supercontinent. But then, tectonic plates began to shift. The continent split apart. South Africa's landscape emerged through tectonic processes, forming a central plateau now surrounded by the Great Escarpment and the Cape Fold Mountains. Located at the southernmost tip of the African continent, this is where two vast oceans collide. The Atlantic Ocean brings the cold Benguela current from the west, while the Indian Ocean carries the warm Agulhas current from the east. The meeting of these two water bodies has shaped a breathtaking coastline, marked by cliffs, ancient dunes, and winding coves. They live in clans and display clear lookout behavior. Often seen standing upright on their hind legs, they scan the wide open land for signs of danger from a distance. Super sentinels take on the role of warning their group about threats like birds of prey or ground predators using distinct vocal signals. A single meerkat group can include up to 40 members, functioning as a unified unit with clearly defined roles. Beyond standing guard, individuals are also responsible for caring for young, training juveniles, digging burrows, and supporting injured members. Their front limbs, equipped with sharp claws, allow them to dig deep underground tunnels with multiple entrances and exits. These burrows offer stable temperatures, protecting them from the harsh extremes of heat and cold. Meerkats are most active in the early morning and late afternoon when the climate is more comfortable. According to a 2024 report by the Kalahari Meerkat Project, meerkats are among the few small animals with a highly effective form of collective logistics on par with higher primates. Their navigational abilities have also drawn attention. They memorize the landscape around their den and use the position of the sun as a natural compass. Even when they travel far in search of food, they can return precisely to their home tunnel by recalling routes and the locations of nearby secondary burrows. In semi-arid conditions where resources are scattered, this spatial awareness is key to their survival. In a habitat like this, every species needs a strong survival instinct, and the bat-eared fox is no exception. As its name suggests, this fox is known for its oversized ears, measuring about 11 to 13 centimeters. These large ears enhance its hearing for detecting insects and help dissipate heat in the hot sun. Bat-eared foxes primarily feed on underground insects, especially termites and crickets. A single individual can consume up to 1.15 million termites per year. They live in lifelong pairs across dry grasslands, digging complex burrows for shelter, breeding, and protecting their young. Each partner takes on clearly defined roles. Both individuals dig and defend their own portion of the shared territory. Their habitat consists of short grass savannas with sparse vegetation, ideal for spotting termites and allowing efficient heat regulation. A 2024 study also reported that they can occupy territories ranging from 0.3 to 3.5 square kilometers. When termites are scarce, these foxes adapt by eating beetles, larvae, grasshoppers, and even seasonal fruits and berries. Bat-eared foxes have a unique dental structure, with more teeth than most other mammals, specially designed to grind hard-shelled insects efficiently. This adaptation suits their insect-heavy diet perfectly. They also have distinctive communication methods. Pairs use their tails and ears to express emotions and emit soft whimpers to maintain social bonding. These interactions help reinforce mutual respect and support the defense of their shared home range. From the low-lying floodplains along the Limpopo River, South Africa's terrain gradually rises southward into a vast plateau known as the High Veld grassland. This region stretches across elevations ranging from 1,200 to 1,800 meters, where the climate is cooler, with dry winters and rainy summers. The landscape is defined by open grasslands interspersed with low shrubs, forming a stable ecological foundation for wildlife populations adapted to seasonal fluctuations. Beneath the vast skies of the High Veld grassland, herds of springbok, the national animal of South Africa, leap into the air like living springs whenever they sense danger. These antelope are renowned for their soaring jumps and bursts of speed, reaching up to 88 kilometers per hour, an elegant defense against predators. They thrive in open grasslands mixed with low shrubs, perfectly adapted to the dry and cool climate of the plateau, ranging from 1,200 to 1,800 meters in elevation. In the harsh, High Veld environment, springbok are most active at dawn and dusk. These cooler hours offer ideal conditions for foraging on grasses, leaves, and tender shoots. They travel in groups ranging from dozens to hundreds, using pronking, a high, bounding leap with stiff legs, as both a warning signal and a display of vitality. A notable feature of the springbok is the dark stripe running from the eyes to the mouth, a distinguishing mark that also helps reduce glare from the slanted sun. Springbok can go without drinking water for long periods, absorbing moisture from succulent plants during the rainy season. This rainy season is also the most favorable time for reproduction, though they breed year-round. Gestation lasts 5 to 6 months, with typically one calf born per pregnancy, timed so the young arrive when food is plentiful and conditions are stable. While springbok carve bold arcs through the high plains with their leaps, the black wildebeest leaves a lasting mark on nature with the enduring rhythm of its herds. These antelope are distinguished by their dark brown coats, thick neck manes, forward curving horns, and long white tails that wave like flags as they run across the open grasslands. Wildebeests move in large groups, creating sweeping, synchronized movements across the Highveld, especially during the dry season when they travel dozens of kilometers in search of fresh pasture. These migrations serve not only as foraging expeditions, but also to maintain social structure and defend against predators. The sight of a wildebeest herd stretching across the land has become a symbol of the Highveld's vitality and an indicator of a balanced, functioning ecosystem. They primarily feed on short grasses and soft-stemmed plants. Their digestive systems are finely tuned to extract nutrients from fibrous material, even when forage is dry and coarse. In cool, dry conditions, black wildebeest can survive for weeks without direct access to water thanks to internal water conservation mechanisms. According to a 2024 survey, black wildebeest density in parts of the Free State reaches 6 to 10 individuals per square kilometer, a strong sign of recovery following decades of habitat loss and overhunting. Each herd includes both adults and young and operates with clear group cohesion and defensive behavior. Rather than relying solely on speed when threatened, black wildebeest run in coordinated high-speed formations. Males often take positions at the edges or rear of the group to distract predators and protect the young. Their white tails swing in constant motion, acting as visual signals that help the herd stay connected while running. They also emit short alarm calls to warn of danger and guide movement in low visibility or across expansive grassland. Behind the coordinated defensive display of black wildebeest, the savanna scene remains alive and dynamic with the presence of zebra. These two species form a natural alliance across the Highveld grassland, moving and grazing side by side. Zebras are widespread across South Africa's grasslands and open plains. Each individual carries a unique pattern of black and white stripes, much like fingerprints, that helps members recognize one another within the herd and confuses predators. Their partnership with wildebeest is a strategic survival tactic. When migrating together, the blend of stripes and the brown tones of wildebeest overwhelms a predator's vision, making it harder to single out a target. Behavioral ecology research shows that this alliance reduces the chance of being targeted by approximately 30% compared to when zebras travel alone. Zebras feed primarily on short leafy grasses and herbaceous plants. Their flat teeth and efficient digestive systems allow them to break down fiber quickly. They consume around 15 to 20 kilograms of dry matter daily, fueling their continuous movement within herds and maintaining the alertness needed during seasonal migrations. For personal defense, zebras can reach speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour in short bursts. When threatened, they signal alarm by raising their ears, flicking their tails, and letting out piercing calls. Their powerful hind legs can deliver kicks with up to 300 newtons of force, enough to deter predators like cheetahs or hyenas when necessary. During the dry season, zebra herds follow wildebeest toward areas with stable water sources. They navigate using a keen memory of terrain features and Highveld landmarks, helping them stay on course. In 2024, researchers in the KZN highlands observed that 80% of zebra herds return to the same breeding grounds after each annual migration cycle. If the Nyala moves like a quiet shadow through the riverside thickets, the African wild dog is its vivid opposite. Bold, fast-moving, and fiercely cooperative in its pursuit of prey. Native to the region and instantly recognizable by their mottled coats, African wild dogs are famed for their pack-based hunting tactics. Today, they are critically endangered, with only a few small packs remaining in Kruger and scattered reserves across southeastern Africa. A 2022 study based on data from 71 wild dogs in Kruger revealed that this population maintains low levels of natural hybridization, thanks in part to their cooperative breeding strategy. Each pack, typically made up of 10 to 30 members, is structured around an alpha pair and their offspring, forming a tightly bonded. A 2024 study using DNA metabarcoding of scat showed their diet centers on small to medium-sized antelope weighing between 16 to 32 kilograms and occasionally larger species around 120 to 140 kilograms. According to Fauna and Flora, wild dogs' endurance running and tight teamwork yield a hunting success rate of up to 80%. Significantly higher than that of lions or hyenas. In Kruger, the African wild dog population is estimated at 300 to 400 individuals, distributed across roughly 30 packs. Data from Voyage 2. Africa in 2024 confirmed that about 300 of these roam freely within Kruger, while another 220 are spread across surrounding private and community-managed lands. This represents the largest stronghold for the species in South Africa, a critical sanctuary for their survival. Their path has not been easy. Because wild dogs depend on group hunting, the loss of individuals can severely impact both hunting efficiency and the genetic stability of the pack. A 2024 study emphasized that while Kruger's population shows low genetic diversity, it continues to function effectively due to supportive reproductive dynamics. Still, this limited diversity could pose a risk if environmental shifts or infectious diseases emerge. Pressure from larger predators like lions and leopards also influences pack density and distribution. Even so, African wild dogs have managed to maintain a delicate balance. Their packs are widely dispersed, often migrating seasonally in search of food, with certain members taking on sentinel roles, broadcasting distinct vocal signals and rallying the group when necessary. Also found in this region, the Chakma baboon, the largest monkey species in Africa, has evolved a clever survival strategy amid South Africa's diverse ecosystems. Living in large troops along forest edges and rocky outcrops, they climb with ease like wild acrobats. On the Cape Peninsula, several baboons have been observed opening car doors or wandering near tourist areas, showing remarkable adaptation to urban environments. Their foraging abilities are impressive. A 2024 study from Hogsback recorded that 2 baboon troops dispersed an average of over 445,000 seeds per day. Their diet includes both native and invasive plant species, spreading seeds across distances of more than 5 kilometers in a single journey. This highlights their ecological role, managing native vegetation while potentially spreading invasive species. However, the relationship between baboons and humans is riddled with conflict. A 2025 report on urban wildlife stewardship in the Cape Peninsula noted that despite the efforts of baboon rangers to prevent troop incursions into residential areas, incidents of illegal shooting, live ammunition use, and unregulated deterrence continue. These actions have led to the disappearance of dominant males and the displacement or social breakdown of entire troops. Behavioral studies show that after human-caused violence, Baboons change their routines. They move more quickly, abandon traditional sleeping sites, and show elevated stress levels, evident in increased scratch marks on their skin, a symptom of chronic stress. Such conditions can negatively affect troop cohesion and reproductive success. Baboons live in complex social systems. They sleep collectively on high cliffs and awaken together at dawn to begin their day. Leadership is based on social bonds rather than sheer strength, a strategy that enables baboons to respond dynamically to predators, human threats, and environmental changes. After the thunderous movements of the Cape buffalo herds, the savanna quiets as a tall, graceful silhouette strides through the short grass, the secretary bird. This famed snake hunter moves like a runway model, yet carries a precision-driven defense system perfectly tuned to life in the open grasslands. With its upright posture, long legs, and steady gait, the secretary bird patrols the plains like a sentinel on the move. Specialized in hunting snakes and small prey, it uses its powerful legs like hammers to strike with speed and accuracy. Walking at about 2.5 to 3 kilometers per hour, averaging 120 steps per minute, it sweeps through grass to detect snakes, lizards, and other small animals. Its snake-killing technique is extraordinary. With a kick force of up to 195 newtons, roughly 5 times its body weight, delivered in just 15 milliseconds, the secretary bird can incapacitate venomous prey instantly while avoiding injury. Each bird typically holds a territory of around 20 square kilometers, walking through short grass to hunt and defend its ground. They may live in pairs or small groups, maintaining enough distance to fully monitor their territory. Conservation remains a critical issue for this iconic bird. A 2024 report by BirdLife South Africa raised concerns about population decline due to habitat loss and collisions with power lines. Still, BirdLife South Africa and other scientific organizations continue to monitor and protect this emblematic species, working to ensure that the secretary bird keeps striding across the dry grasslands of the Highveld. Beyond the expansive plateau grasslands of the Highveld, South Africa's landscape takes a dramatic turn heading south. The garden route forest emerges like a lush green ribbon winding along the coastline, where a temperate climate and frequent mist create a cool, refreshing environment year-round. This region is distinguished by dense woodlands, where towering ancient trees stretch dozens of meters high, weaving together to form a natural canopy. Gently rolling hills and river valleys interlace throughout the area, shaping a unique ecosystem rich in cover and biodiversity. Beneath the thick curtain of mist, the bushbuck moves like a shadow, quiet, solitary, and nearly invisible among the damp forest floor. Unlike many other antelope species, bushbuck do not form herds. They choose a solitary existence, a strategy that reduces detection in the dense, enclosed spaces of the forest. When sensing danger, they don't bolt. Instead, they freeze completely. At the first sign of a distant threat, like an unfamiliar sound or the gaze of a predator, the bushbuck lowers its body, remains perfectly still, and blends into its surroundings. Its dark brown coat and white markings form a natural camouflage, allowing it to almost disappear into the forest background. This absolute stillness, paired with the ability to move silently along familiar trails, makes the bushbuck one of the most elusive species in this ecosystem. Its agile legs allow it to slip through thick underbrush, and navigate steep, slippery terrain, places too narrow or unstable for larger predators to follow. They often stay close to streams and forested watercourses where food is plentiful and escape routes are damp and shadowed. Lacking claws or imposing horns, the bushbuck relies entirely on acute awareness, cautious behavior, and a perfect blend with the environment. These finely tuned strategies have allowed it to survive for millennia along the rugged coastal forests, where shifting weather and hidden dangers demand constant vigilance. While the forest floor is a battleground of survival, up in the canopy, the Kruger National flashes by like a radiant emerald streak. This endemic bird is unmistakable with its shimmering green plumage and graceful crest, its crimson wings cutting through the mist like a streak of fire in flight. Measuring around 40 to 42 centimeters, the Kruger National spends most of its life in the treetops, rarely descending to the ground. With perfectly camouflaged feathers, it can vanish into the leafy background when still, becoming almost invisible. Its diet consists of forest fruits, insects, and earthworms, playing a vital role in seed dispersal and sustaining plant diversity within the forest. Kruger Nationals build simple nests from twigs hidden deep within dense foliage. Quiet and agile, this bird is a living example of exquisite adaptation, thriving gracefully in a layered, ever-changing ecosystem. Stretching westward from the garden root forest lies the Cape Floristic region, one of the most botanically unique ecological zones on Earth. Situated along the southern coastline of Africa, this area is heavily influenced by the cold Benguela current, giving rise to a distinct Mediterranean climate, wet winters and dry summers. The landscape is shaped by low mountain ranges and coastal valleys, blanketed in a rich mosaic of low-growing, diverse fynbos vegetation. Though covering only about 90,000 square kilometers, this region boasts one of the highest plant species densities in the world, most of which are found nowhere else on the planet. Beneath the soft glow of sunset over the Cape Floristic region, the African penguin, the only penguin species native to Africa, can be seen moving in large, striking groups along the shoreline. Known for their braying call that resembles a donkey's, these birds nest along the coast, using burrows dug in sand or historic guano deposits, especially around Boulders Beach, where their friendly, approachable nature delights visitors. When reaching breeding age, African penguins display a remarkable sense of pair bonding. If a male is accepted by a female, they often remain together throughout the breeding season, and sometimes even longer, exemplifying a flexible form of monogamy. The female lays 1 to 2 eggs, with both parents taking turns incubating them over roughly 40 days, showcasing a high level of coordination in raising their young. Once hatched, chicks are closely guarded by both parents, who accompany them during early mornings and late afternoons to catch small fish, mainly pelagic species and squid. African penguins are relentless and skilled underwater hunters, capable of diving to impressive depths. However, the depletion of key prey, especially anchovies and sardines, due to overfishing, has severely impacted their reproductive success and survival in the wild. Surveys in 2023 and 2024 recorded the total number of breeding pairs at just 9,900, equating to fewer than 32,000 individuals, around 1% of their early 20th century population. With a steep annual decline of nearly 8%, the species is now listed as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Current conservation efforts focus on establishing no-fishing zones near shorelines, such as Boulders Beach, providing artificial nest boxes to replace lost guano nests, and supporting rescue centers that care for abandoned chicks. Thanks to these interventions, nesting conditions are slowly stabilizing, encouraging returning pairs to breed on the islands season after season. Beneath the delicate veil of Cape Floristic's morning mist, as the calls of the African penguin fade into silence, another creature quietly emerges into the night. The Cape Grisbok, a small endemic antelope of the fynbos, chooses a survival strategy completely opposite to its noisy coastal neighbors. Petite and silent, it rarely exceeds 10 kilograms in weight. With its pale brown coat speckled in white, the Cape Grisbok nearly vanishes among the dense fynbos foliage when moonlight filters through. This species leads a solitary life, foraging mostly at night to avoid predators. When sensing a threat, like the wildebeest, it freezes in place, relying on its coat and compact body shape to blend seamlessly into its surroundings, appearing as little more than a fleeting shadow. Among the low forest edges where Chakma baboon troops retreat into the rocky shade, a much smaller creature quietly begins its mission. The Cape sugarbird, a nectar-feeding bird endemic to the fynbos ecosystem. With its elegant long tail and slender, curved beak, it flits gently from bloom to bloom among clusters of protea flowers, sipping sweet nectar while unknowingly gathering pollen on its head and chest. Through this behavior, the sugarbird plays a vital role in the natural pollination chain of the Cape Floristic region. Data from 2024 shows that this species is the primary pollinator for over 70% of Protea repens seed production in areas with little wind, where insect pollination is far less effective. Each day, a single bird may visit more than 300 flowers, weaving a rich web of pollination between plant populations separated by hundreds of meters. Despite being home to one of the richest ecosystems on Earth, South Africa is now facing a series of alarming threats. Rhino poaching remains relentless. In the first quarter of 2025 alone, 103 individuals were killed, most within national reserves. With black market prices for rhino horn reaching up to $60,000 per kilogram, international trafficking syndicates have grown increasingly aggressive and sophisticated. Wildfires are another growing hazard, increasing in both frequency and intensity. On the Cape Peninsula alone, over 25,000 hectares of forest burned in January 2024. Studies indicate that, on average, 9% of fynbos and mixed shrubland burns within each 21-year cycle, nearly half of which experiences repeated fires. Climate change has disrupted seasonal rains and prolonged droughts, forcing many species to alter their feeding and migration behaviors. Meanwhile, the rapid rise of ecotourism over the past decade, while economically valuable, has placed mounting pressure on South Africa's wild habitats. In high-profile areas like Kruger National Park and the Garden Route, visitor numbers increased by over 40% from 2018 to 2024. But over-tourism has caused issues such as soil erosion, disruption of wildlife corridors, and increased noise pollution. Species like leopard and bushbuck struggle to hunt or rest naturally due to the constant noise and light from tour vehicles. Additionally, tourist litter, from plastic bottles to food scraps, has altered the foraging habits of several species, making them increasingly dependent on humans and more prone to survival conflicts. These statistics reveal a sobering truth. The boundary between nature and human presence in South Africa is becoming increasingly blurred. In response to the mounting pressure from alarming statistics and the silent cries of nature, South African authorities and conservation organizations have not remained idle. As of the end of June, 15 suspects had been arrested and 5 poaching-related cases brought to trial, a sign of increasing commitment to criminal prosecution of offenders. At the same time, modern surveillance technology has been widely implemented across protected areas. GPS and artificial intelligence now assist in early detection of intrusions. In some zones, dehorning and electronic fencing have reduced the risk of incursions by as much as 70 to 80%. June 2025 also marked a turning point as South Africa joined the CITES Rhino Task Force alongside 21 other nations. This initiative allows for real-time investigation data sharing and strengthens cross-border tracking to dismantle horn smuggling networks at their roots. Meanwhile, ecotourism areas are now more tightly regulated, with community education and on-site ranger training helping to reduce human-wildlife conflict. These efforts offer a promising path forward to curbing poaching and laying the groundwork for biodiversity recovery in South Africa. But nature and its inhabitants need more than policy. They need understanding and collective effort. Their survival is a measure of humanity's own future on this planet. So if you've ever set foot in South Africa and witnessed its majestic wild side, don't hesitate to share your knowledge and stories in the comments below. Your voice could inspire others and fuel conservation efforts to preserve these irreplaceable ecosystems for generations to come. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us on the next magical journey. Or continue exploring the wild with From Serengeti to Masai Mara, Survival on the Move, or Wild Hwangi, where lions rule and rivals fall.